All right, welcome to the finals of the Maine Invitational Scratch Tournament on December 1st, 2013. We're at Sparetime Recreation Center in Waterville, Maine. I'm James Goulding. I have Jimmy Clark here to do commentary.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We have Aaron Thiboutot here starting off the match, who was our number 5 qualifier and shot 240 in the round robin game to move himself into the top seed.
Yeah, quite an exciting day today. We had 48 entries, which was a new tournament record today. That means we had 12 cash qualifiers, and like Jimmy said, Aaron was sitting in 5th place after going into that position round game. Shot 241 to take over the top seed by 3 pins. Aaron chose to start the match on the left lane, which means that he'll finish last.
Yeah, sometimes it could be a strategic thing. He might like the right lane a little better, so when he finishes in the 10th, that he'll feel a little more confident if he needs to make a couple good shots to carry for a win here.
Yeah, absolutely, Jimmy. You never know. Some bowlers think offense when they're thinking about when they want to start or finish, and some guys think defense, thinking, well, maybe I'll put the pressure on my guy if I finish first, or vice versa.
Very true. Aaron's got his hands full with Joe Ramsdell III here, who just shot 240 plus the last game to beat Joe Colcord. Joe's got a really good look. He bowled well all day, and just made a ball change in between games here, and I think he's got something that he feels real good with, and he's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I'll just run down our other 12 qualifiers here. Finishing in 12th place today with a 9.33 was Carrie Robillard. Finishing in 11th place with a 9.52 was Sarah Pelletier. Finishing in 10th place with a 9.54 was John Archer. 9th place with a 1,001 was James Ward. 8th place with a 1,011 was Chris Ogden. 7th place with a 1,018 was Bob Nile. 6th place with a 1,021 was Jimmy Clark. 5th place with a 10.50 was James Goulding III.
Tough break for Joe there. Now with the ball he switched to, he looks like he's got a little bit cleaner through the front part of the lane, which gives him a little more pop on the back end. As you can see there, the ball never quit going through the pins, leaving him a solid 8 pin.
Yeah, Joe, the last match was using a Storm Lucid and switched to looks like a virtual gravity nano curl.
That's what it looks like to me. And with that Lucid, I thought he had a great look, had real good roll. The ball was through the pins real nice. Joe must have seen something out there we didn't see from up here to have made the switch he's made. A bowler like himself, it's hard to second guess his decisions.
Absolutely. So our top 4 qualifiers today were 4th qualifier was Joe Colcord with a 10.62. 3rd qualifier was Randy Plummer with a 10.77. 2nd qualifier was Joe Ramsdell III with a 10.84. And like we said earlier, top seed was Aaron Thiboutot with that 10.87. I just got that one in a pinch. It's hard on this pattern. We were bowling on the Kegel Route 66 oil pattern, 45 feet, medium difficulty pattern, one of their Challenge Series patterns. I found that as the day went on, I had to get deeper and deeper in, and actually had started with something more aggressive. I was with a Brunswick Mastermind and then switched to a Brunswick Melee in the position round game in around 4th arrow. So you can see these competitors both playing, a little further in. Joe on the left side can get a little further out, a little less traffic out there. Shot's holding up a little bit.
Yeah, I got the advantage of bowling with Aaron during the position round, and he was able to move in and had a real good look. He was able to control the center of the lane, which kept the ball turning up just at the right point in time and push through the pins great. I want to say that Aaron threw 7 or 8 in a row in that position round game to make his move. Had a real good look, looked very confident. I think we might see a little bit of nerves where this is only the 2nd cut Aaron has made. First time being the top seed. Maybe he's feeling a little pressure and a little nerves here. So it's a good shot there. A little better, very bad break. Looks like there's a little more friction on this pair too. Makes things a little more difficult.
Yeah, I didn't bowl on this pair earlier today on 21 and 22, our championship pair, but I did find there was definitely a lot of hook in the center part of the lane. You had to kind of get inside out on the shot, make sure you trusted it out enough. You didn't want to get too close to the gutter because that was kind of shut off a little bit. Anyone that got out there, really, it was kind of bad news.
Yeah, I definitely noticed anything that was wide of target was more or less out of play. If you could get something to leave you a makeable spare when you got wide, you were doing good. Washouts were definitely tough to make today.
Yeah, well, I'll go over the scores from our other two finals matches. The first match was Joe Colcord defeating Randy Plummer 241 to 220. And the semifinal match was Joe Ramsdell III beating Joe Colcord 246 to 215. So again, the scores, even though on this tough shot, they really came through with some good scores when they needed them in the finals.
Yeah, you mentioned Randy Plummer. Randy was our top qualifier after 4, being close to 100 over at 97 over. He threw the ball really well today and just kept his head in it, made spares. Run into a bit of a tough pair during the position round, but was able to hold himself up to make the top 4 for the first time this year. So congratulations to Randy on that.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a couple of first-time top 4 qualifiers today, this season anyways. Randy with his 4th place finish today, and of course Aaron being top seed. This is the first finals Aaron's made this season, so congratulations to both of those guys being in our finals.
Yeah, it's great to see new faces up here. I mean, everybody can compete with the oil patterns. It makes it tougher. And I mean, with that shot there being thrown by Joe, you can see that bad things happen, and it makes it to anybody's game. Just come out, make spares, throw good shots, and keep things simple. You never know what can happen.
Absolutely, Jimmy. That's just it. You never know. You can be up 20, 30 pins, and all of a sudden you go back-to-back, splits, and all of a sudden you're looking at a 10, 12 pin deficit. So you never really know. You have to. Every shot's a mental grind. That's why we like to bowl on these type of throw patterns where it's not, stand left, throw right, or stand right, throw left. If you're left-handed, you have to make spares, and you have to keep the frames clean.
Yeah, keeping the frames clean is of utmost importance, because you can't rely on throwing 4 or 5 in a row to make up for a missed single pin. So when you get the single pins, you must make them. Spares are the top priority in this game now.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to go over the scores here real quick, this game, Aaron's got 44 in the 3rd on an open going into the 4th. Joe's got 68 in the 4th after that split. So really, Aaron can get it going here. He's going to put a little heat on Joe. And that one just kind of went out the door on him.
Yeah, it looked like Aaron might have made a move to the right, thinking he might be able to find something out there. Not sure if he saw something during practice or if he's just making a guess here. The way the lanes played earlier, I'm not sure if it's the right move, but Aaron's a good competitor. He's been throwing the ball real well today, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's so hard, especially where you've had so much traffic inside beating up the track area. Anything outside of that, all that oil's kind of just still sitting there, so good cover there by Aaron. When you try to get outside into that oil, the ball just wants to skid the whole way and misreads the back end of the pattern and just stays out there.
That's a good point, James. The ball doesn't pick up in the mid lane, it's going to have nothing on the back end of the pattern. So even if the ball doesn't quite necessarily hook in the mid lane, it still has to read it, so it sets itself up for the back end.
Absolutely. I'm interested to see what Aaron does here. Didn't look like he liked that move outside. Let's see if he tries to get inside here a little bit, maybe change the hand position to get the ball to get through the front part of the lane.
He did move back in, but it looks like he needs to move a little more in and trust himself, trust his ability, trust his talents, and let the things happen. It definitely looks like he's forcing the issue a little bit here.
Yeah, and a lot of it could be nerves too. Aaron was talking to me before this match saying that he was, a little nervous kind of sitting there. He had to wait for 2 matches in front of him. Gives you a lot of time to sit there and think, and sometimes as a bowler you just want to get up there and do it. Thinking can be your worst enemy sometimes.
Thinking by far is your worst enemy. Bowling is such a field game. You have an arm swing, a release, and you're walking, and everything has to be relaxed and easy. That way it's easier to repeat. Aaron with a tough break there, missing his spare. Makes it tough, puts himself in a hole here. And depending on what Joe 3 does, he could really pour the pressure on and make it even a little more difficult for Aaron to breathe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Joe had a 6-pin lead after 4 frames. Aaron just opened in the 5th. I mean, if Joe even strikes here, he opens up a 17-pin lead. And that's exactly what he does. So he opens up a 17-pin lead with a chance to make it 27 if he doubles on lane 21.
Joe's one of the competitors. You don't want to give him too many opportunities because he'll take advantage of it. He knows how to throw good shots. His game's simple, as we were just talking about, being able to repeat shots. Joe's game is very simple, fairly compact, and he leaves little room for error, which makes it easier to throw good shots.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and with this type of game, playing that the more traditional four-step approach, good release, good follow-through, more simplistic approach. Really, when he misses inside outside a little bit, he doesn't get himself in too much trouble, which is good. You know, his great repeatability, great bowler, good balance, and great shot there. Just
Horrible break there.
this rack 710, unbelievably bad break. Looked like a great shot off his hand, but again, this is bowling, and you never know when something like that might crop up. Bad break.
Yeah, so now you got Joe really thinking. You figure last time up on this lane, he threw a ball that hooked up and left him a split, and this one here, he made sure he got it through his target and online, and unfortunately got a bad break there. On the other side of this, though, that means Aaron, who's sitting on the bench, gives him a little breath of air, and if Aaron can get it up, get rid of harness and nerves, he could see a couple good shots and put himself right back in the match here.
Yeah, last time on this lane, this is the lane that Aaron made that big jump outside, completely missed to the right, left the 1-2-4. So we'll see what happens here. If he's going to try to trust that move inside, or if he's going to try to stay outside and maybe try to point it a little bit and not swing it.
By the looks of his feet, he's moving in already. Let's see what happens. Looks like he threw it well. Still hooked on it though. Looks like he's going to have to move in a little farther and keep that angle to the right still open so he can get the ball out. So he'll have a little bit of time to hold the pocket for him.
Yeah, good point, Jimmy. The big thing is to get the ball to save enough energy so that it gets, you know, through that 45-foot pattern, gets through those beat-up heads, gets through the beat-up mid lane. Yeah, that's a tough one there. You can't missing spares, that hurts.
That definitely hurts, and that just shows that the first time here is definitely tricky. You say it's just bowling, but when it comes up and you start getting different thoughts in your brain, it makes it hard to throw good shots. And you can't take anything away from him. He might not be going the way he'd like, but he still has 200 on the board. Hopefully he can take a deep breath, regroup, and throw a good shot here.
Absolutely, and he's not out of this match by any stretch, even with missing those last two spares. Aaron's only down by 16. He's got 80 in the sixth. Joe's got 96 in the sixth. He strikes right here, puts some heat on him. Looks like he moved a little deeper, Jimmy.
Yeah, he did move deeper, but he also got the ball out a little farther than he had been for the break point, which made the ball not quite have enough to make the corner. And he's left here with a very difficult split with the 2-8-10.
Yeah, two schools of thought on this split. A lot of guys try to throw it hard, right at that double wood, and try to bounce something out of the pit. Sometimes when I'm shooting it, I actually like to hit it real light, but I'd actually kick that 2-pin off the left wall and try to kick the 8-10 out.
Well, a couple rough frames there for Aaron. Hopefully he'll get a little time away from the lanes for a second here, and he'll be able to regroup. We'll see what Joe Ramsdell can do. Joe off of a pretty good shot with a bad break. We'll see how he rebounds.
Yeah, I expect Joe to make a quality shot here. You know, last time on this lane, he was high flush. You know, a guy like Joe doesn't miss the pocket too often, and when his opponent's open, it's very rare for him to not take advantage of that.
With Joe, it's almost like blood in the water for a shark. Joe got that one in a little bit. So I'm wondering if Joe's kind of losing his look here, or if maybe he's just feeling a little apprehensive out there on the lanes. It'd be kind of rare from such a veteran like himself, but anything's possible in this game. Sometimes when you find yourself looking to push on the gas pedal and put your opponent away, it seems to be the hardest time to find a strike.
Absolutely, Jimmy. You know, when you see your opponent swing the ball out a little bit and it doesn't finish and leaves a 2-8-10, your natural tendency is to say, well, I really don't want to get out there and do the same thing. You have to maybe pinch it off a little bit, you know, go a little tighter. But still, 9 spare on that 6-pin, that's better than an open.
Yeah, 9 spare here. If he finishes 9 spare off the board, he'll be looking pretty good. Aaron looks a little rattled, a little unsettled. He's young, he'll be back here, and I'm not going to count him out. He's still got plenty of running pressure on Joe, because Joe by far is running away with this match.
Absolutely. Right now, if Joe strikes, he's up by 18 pins. 28 pins, excuse me, because he marked in the 7th. So if he strikes here, he's up 28. That looked in a little. but that held nice pocket shot. Probably didn't want to get it too wide after that pocket 7-10 last time, so that was a good move.
Yeah, I think he kept it a little bit tighter and maybe picked the ball speed up a little, just so he made sure the ball stayed on line and had some good hit power to the pins. Alright, now it's time for Aaron. I really feel that Aaron's going to come out, step up, and throw a good shot here.
Yep.
He's pretty much at the point where he's got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So we'll see a good shot from the young guy here.
Absolutely, Jimmy. Look, he tried to go a little further back outside that game, but just tugged in on it a little bit. I think he's, in his mind, he's not sure if he should be outside or inside. And, you know, when you get that playing around in your head, if you can't commit to one move or the other, then it's kind of like you don't have any move, you know?
Yeah, it looks like he's running into the problem where if he gets the ball to the rim that he's playing, he's not getting the recovery that he's looking for. So he's hoping by moving right, he can maintain the lane down. The only problem with it, if you get the ball right, he wants to read early, just as those last two shots did. Aaron, unfortunately, has got nothing going his way this game. It's too bad for as well as he's throwing the ball all day today.
Absolutely, we can't state that enough. I mean, like I said, Aaron, as far as I know, it's the first time we've ever had a bowler in the 5th seed or lower jump all the way to the number 1 seed on the 1 game position round. You know, everyone around him shooting 170s, 180s, 190s. He steps up there, bags out for a 241, jumps the whole field to get to the top seed. So the kid has the ability. It's just a matter of finding the shot.
Again, another one that hooked a little too far. He's definitely not feeling the confidence. Unfortunate for this guy here, but he'll be back. He'll definitely be back in this. We'll see him again in match play. I bet we'll see a different bowler in match play next time too.
Absolutely, Jimmy. You know, the old adage is there's no replacement for experience, and this is valuable experience, on-lane experience in a final match. And, you know, I definitely will see him here again. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see him back here again next month. I mean, one of our biggest supporters for the M.I.S.T tournament. He comes out every month. He's a grinder. And, you know, we like the guys like that come out here and compete every month.
Yeah, Aaron's also one of them bowlers that puts his time in out on the lanes. He comes out and he practices. He bowls a couple nights a week, and then he puts his time in practicing. And, you know, your practice is practice for leagues. Your leagues is your practice for your tournaments. And that's the guy that's put his time in. It's good to see him out here, and we'll definitely look forward to seeing him again.
Yeah, now Joe just trying to keep it clean. Yeah, that strike there pretty much walks up any chance at all. I mean, the match was pretty much over, but Joe definitely slamming the door right there.
Yeah, Joe pretty much just needs to stay behind the foul line and keep the ball out of the gutter. And he'll have his second M.I.S.T title of the year and a commanding lead in the points race.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was leading the points race coming into this tournament. You know, another victory gives him another 300 points and really puts a stranglehold on it with, you know, 3 tournaments left this season. So it's definitely going to be an uphill battle, but, you know, there's still, you know, 5-6 guys right in that battle for Bowler of the Year if anyone can get hot.
Yeah, like you said, Joe's put himself out front. He had the lead here today. He had the lead over Joe Colcord, who Joe Ramsdell actually beat in our semifinal match, which means he's going to extend his lead over Joe Colcord. The other top bowlers in the Bowler of the Year, Jerry Donna, happened to not make it to this tournament. Jimmy Clark, Joe, both the Joes have finished above him. So Joe's looking real hard to repeating his Bowler of the Year performance of last year. Well, Joe just proven that he can still win with another big split. Maybe he'll show us a little highlights and convert this. Other than that, it's just another pump-hole title for Joe.
Absolutely, Jimmy. You know, like I said, Joe, his second title of the season. See if he can make this. Give us a little highlight shot. No, 9 out. That gives him a 193 finish for Joe Ramsdell III. And that's going to be good enough for a victory as we watch Aaron Thiboutot finish up his 10th frame.
I'd like to see Aaron throw a couple good shots here. It'd be great for his confidence and let him leave on a high note. And because we definitely don't want to see a young bowler like this leave on a low note after such a great performance during qualifying.
There we go, Aaron. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Come on, that's the one.
Yeah, it looks like he went in deeper that time, kind of got the ball out into the dry part of the lane on the back part of the pad, and that ball looked fantastic. It looked just like he did in the position round.
He did. It looked like he might have moved in a little more, and he definitely had great extension and great projection with that ball to keep it through the front, real clean. Never got it very wide, but the ball just held pocket, had all of its hitting power, and it's pretty nice when it goes through the pins. So Aaron's going to finish out with 135, 137 here. He's going to end up with a 7th place finish, his highest finish in the M.I.S.T. Great day for Aaron.
Yeah, absolutely. First time he's bowled in a championship match in the M.I.S.T tournament. He had made the top 4, I want to say the beginning of last season, or maybe it was the year before, but, you know, like I said, for someone like him who comes out every month, it's good to see, you know, making the championship match, and right there is a great tournament finish, you know, 193 to 137 victory for Joe Ramsdell III. And thanks again to Nate Fowler and everyone here at Sparetime in Waterville for hosting us in this tournament. And for Jimmy Clark, I'm James Goulding, and we'll see you guys next month in Portland.